Hello everyone, welcome to Royal Palace online classes. Today in this video, we are going to discuss Newton's second law. This video is for bridge course students, those who are entering into first PUC. So last class, video, I already explained what is force, what is inertia, and what is Newton's first law. Now, in physics, any physical quantity we want to measure, everything is measured here. Everything is measured. If I tell force, what is the formula for force? How we have to measure? We should have one mathematical expression, one formula for force. So for that, Newton has given second law. According to Newton's second law, force is equal to rate of change of momentum, dp by dt. Rate of change of momentum. This is new term for you. Rate of change of momentum. Rate of change of momentum. Rate of change of momentum. Then here the doubt arises, what is momentum? What is momentum? Momentum is a physical quantity which is the product of mass and acceleration. Mass and velocity. If you multiply the mass of the body with its velocity, we will get momentum. And what Newton says is force is nothing but P2 minus P1, final momentum minus initial momentum, or PF will write final momentum minus initial momentum by time taken. That's what Newton says in its second law. According to Newton's second law, force is defined as rate of change of momentum. Rate of change of momentum, that is final momentum minus initial momentum divided by time taken. So momentum formula is m into v, or mass into velocity. So final momentum we can write it as mass into final velocity, whereas initial momentum we can write it as mass into initial velocity. Therefore, force is equal to what I can write? Final momentum minus initial momentum by time taken. That is m into v minus m into u by time taken. That is m into v minus u by t. M into v minus u by t. So by using first equation of motion, v is equal to u plus at, you can write a is equal to, acceleration is equal to v minus u by t. From the definition of acceleration, rate of change of velocity is called acceleration, that is equal to m into a. So F is equal to m into a. So now we can write different formulas for force. So F is equal to ma, this is one formula. F is equal to dp by dt, change in momentum by change in time. Again F is equal to, you can write m into, instead of that you write final momentum minus initial momentum by time taken. Then again you can write m into v minus m into u by time taken. This is m into v minus u by t. Again you can write this as m into v square minus u square by 2s. How you are writing this? V square minus u square is equal to 2as From that I can write A is equal to V square minus U square by 2s. V square minus U square by 2s. These are the formulas for force. Okay, let's understand what is the Newton's second law. So I has already told, first law defines force, second law calculates force, and third law gives the direction of force. So from this, what we are finding in this Newton's law is only about the physical quantity called as force. We are giving only physical quantity. What is force? We are finding that. We are finding the address of force now. Detailed explanation of force is given by Newton only. Because of his efforts on force, the unit for force is SI unit. We are naming it as Newton. Because Newton has done lot of efforts to find what is force, and he has given everything regarding force. He says that force is a physical quantity which tries to change the state of rest or uniform motion or the direction of a body. Then he defined inertia there. In order to overcome inertia, we have to apply force. Next is he calculated force as F is equal to m into a, that is mass into acceleration. And afterwards, next he will give the direction of force, which is another law called Newton's third law. Newton's third law. Newton's third law. In Newton's third law, it is very familiar to you also. You already studied in your lower classes. So just we will give a small idea about Newton's third law. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. Every action has a reaction, equal and opposite reaction. Equal and opposite reaction. So this Newton's third law you have to understand very carefully. For that, many examples are there. That means what it says is force always occurs in pairs. Force always occurs in pairs. That means in case of gun bullet system, there is a, let us assume this is a gun. Having a bullet. Once it fires, what happens? Bullet will move forward with certain velocity of bullet. Let us take this as velocity of bullet. There is a gun. In that gun, bullet is there. Person is just firing. Bullet moves forward. When bullet moves forward, gun moves backward. The force experienced by bullet is equal to force experienced by gun. One will be action, other one will be reaction. Both will be equal according to Newton's third law. What Newton's third law says is forces always occur in pairs. Force, if you are moving, force, when you take it as action, other will be reaction. So according to that, what you can write? Force experienced by bullet is equal to force experienced by gun. This is one example of Newton's third law. One more example you can take for Newton's third law. That is collision. Collision also you can take. What is collision? See, all these three laws you will study very detail in your PUC first year. Newton's second law appears to be very simple, but its applications are very difficult. To write F is equal to ma, it is very difficult. And many people, they will write definition of Newton's second law as force acting on a body is proportional to rate of change of momentum. But exact definition is net force acting on a body. Net force acting on a body is proportional to rate of change of momentum. So collision also we will study in detail in your PUC first year. What is collision means? It is nothing but an accident. It is nothing but an accident. Suppose consider two bodies M1 and M2 moving on a straight road such that their centers are on the same line. If the velocity of first one I will take it as u1, velocity of second one I will take it as u2. If u1 is greater than u2, then what happens? After some time they will collide, they will undergo accidentally, they will collide. So during collision what happens? Means the force exerted by first body on second body is equal to force exerted by second body on first body. Both are same. Why? Because we will think one will be action, other one will be reaction. Force exerted by 1 on 2 is equal to force exerted by 2 on 1. First body hits second body also hits first body. The force exerted by first body on second body will change the momentum of second body. The force exerted by second body on first body will change the momentum of first body. So momentum of both the bodies are changed. After collision, it occurs for very short period of time, because accident will not occur for hours. Accident will be sudden shock. It occurs for a short time period where momentum of one body is given to other body and momentum is mutually exchanged. It is a collision is a temporary interaction between two bodies where exchange of momenta will take place. So momentum of first body is given to second body is given to first body. That means force exerted by first body on second body on first. So afterwards their velocities will change. It will get a velocity v1, it will get a velocity v2. It is an example for Newton's third law. And Newton's third law also proves that force exerted on bullet is equal to force exerted on gun. Okay. Similarly, force exerted on first body is equal to force exerted on second body. That means if external force is 0, if no external force, if all the forces are internal, if there are no external forces, external force is 0. If I take bullet and gun as one system, the forces are internal. Within the system, forces are exerted. So gun applies force on bullet applies force on gun. If I take both as one system, there what is the net external force? External force is 0. If the forces are internal, if the forces acting on a system are totally internal, no external forces act, then momentum is conserved. Initial momentum is equal to final momentum. Initial momentum is equal to final momentum. Newton's third law is nothing but another form of conservation of momentum. Initial momentum is equal to final momentum. Initial momentum is equal to final momentum means net force is 0, because force is equal to final momentum minus initial momentum by time taken. If net external force is 0, 0 is equal to final momentum minus initial momentum. Therefore, final momentum is equal to initial momentum. So this is Newton's third law. So it is going to give the direction, in which direction the forces are acting. So first law defines force, second law calculates force, and third law gives the direction of force. And here these forces are not getting cancelled. These forces are not getting cancelled. Some people will get if equal and if action and reaction are opposite, net force should be 0. These forces are not getting cancelled with each other because they are acting on different bodies. See, force exerted by first body on second body is acting on second body. Force exerted by second body on first body is acting on first body. So therefore, these forces are acting on different bodies. As they are acting on different bodies, they will never get cancelled. And one more example also we can give. Suppose you are standing on a boat which is floating on a river of water, a river water. There is a boat which is there is a person standing on a river boat. This is river, assume this is water, this is a boat. Now what happens? This person moves forward. Person moves forward. If you observe, you can take this as one example and you can do also. If a person moves forward, boat with person moves backward. Boat is moving back. One is action, other one is reaction. Person moves forward, system moves backward. That means one we take it as action, other one we are taking it as reaction. Both are acting in opposite direction. Both are acting in opposite direction. So this is another example for Newton's third law. So what we have studied in Newton's laws is first we studied definition of force, force definition. With that we got inertia. That has given inertia also. Concept of inertia we studied. These are only a small guidelines, just an introduction as a bridge course for you. Once we start our regular process, we are going to discuss in detail about this inertia we studied. Then in second law what we studied? Momentum. What is momentum we studied? And again after this we studied second law. We calculated force. Calculated force. How to calculate the force we have studied. And next after this third law of motion. Third law. In this we studied conservation of momentum also. Conservation of momentum. What is conservation of momentum? Under the absence of external force, total momentum of system is conserved. Conservation of momentum we studied. We have studied a little bit idea about collisions. What are collision? Okay. What are collisions? And gun bullet system. What is momentum, initial momentum and final momentum? All these things we studied in this. So next in the next sessions we will discuss about work. We will just give some introduction about work, power and energy. So I will thank everyone for joining me. Thank you.